Lindsay Swart. How are
Happy
you?
New Year.
Happy New Year. I see you have your glittery top on there.
I'm ready for the New Year's party in my kitchen.
Yeah, you know what my father used to say? New Year's Eve night is for amateurs.
Oh, yes.
The people that that rarely go out, get dressed up and go out and drink and then drive, and they don't know their limitations. So my dad always said, stay home on New Year's Eve. It's for amateurs.
Yeah.
So
be a professional.
Exactly. So welcome to, I think this is my third week of Role Play Wednesdays.
Thank you for having me.
What do you think? It's fun, isn't it?
Yes, it's very exciting.
Did you get to watch the other two?
Of course. I've watched them a couple times.
Okay, awesome. And you
Millie,
learned?
I don't have Millie help me make decisions.
Okay, yeah, exactly. How lucky. Is she beautiful or what? Fred?
So cute.
Yeah, Fred is lucky to have Millie. We like Millie. What did you remember anything that you picked up from the other two, what you learned?
Absolutely. The way that you were always trying to dig and ask questions and get them to really show the numbers when you were asking the restaurant chef, before COVID, what were you making? After COVID or during COVID, what are you doing? How are you planning to change into more of a takeout? And then the same with the pet store. Okay, well, if you need another location, this many square feet, how much money do you need to make? How much traffic do you need? It's very number based.
Well, that, and I think, we were canvassing last week and we went into a liquor store. I was with Chloe, my intern. She's still going to college. And we had another college student shadowing us. And we went into a liquor store. The guy had 2 locations. And I got him to tell me what he was doing in revenue in both locations. We walked out and the college student was like, how did you do that? And it's like, you just got to maneuver and, ask the right questions at the right time. And it is, it's definitely something that you learn through doing and role playing, but also just through doing it, because certainly early on, I was not able to do that. And I had to figure out how to do it. So, and that's why role playing is so great. So I really thank you for jumping in and volunteering. Early on, you were like, I'll do it, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's tell everyone, and I want to make sure everyone knows you're from Woodmont Properties, right?
Yes.
And where do you lease properties?
Our headquarters is based in Bethesda, Maryland. We have 30 commercial properties that are based primarily in Northern Virginia and Maryland, outside of the Washington, D.C. area.
Very exciting area. And and you prospect for those properties?
Correct.
Awesome. Okay, and you have a Facebook page.
Yes.
So talk about that.
I want anyone out here that does any type of leasing, tenant rep, whatever it is, if you're involved with the Washington, D.C., Northern Virginia, or Maryland market, go to our Facebook page, the DMV Retail Commercial Broker Idea Exchange, and join. We're going to be rebranding for the new year. We're hopefully going to come up with a new name. So I've got a challenge out there for my members to help me with a new name so everybody can be involved. But I've just had some really good experiences in other markets with sharing leads, sharing information with other brokers in the area. And I want to get that same thing going in the DMV. So the DMV Retail Broker Idea Exchange, please join on Facebook.
Like that. Yeah, we have had an unbelievable success with our South Florida Facebook page. I think right now we may have exceeded 700 members, and absolutely and it's besides just retail. Because of that Facebook group, I assigned and hired a guy who does office leasing and retail leasing, and he just got an exclusive listing from one of my partners for an office leasing park. So it's that exchange of, networking and who's working on what and who's repping what tenant, who's got what listings. It's great. It's phenomenal, right? Who has a new second gen restaurant available, and then if you are in the market and you're the landlord, now you've got some comps. So I encourage everyone in the DMV. I kind of like that, the DMV. At first, when you said it, I'm like, what's that? And then I realized, oh, I got it.
District, Maryland, Virginia.
I like that.
Yeah.
Do they call Division of Motor Vehicles around the country DMVs or just down here?
In Indiana, they did call it the DMV. So,
yeah,
which is
all right.
I'm confused too.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's jump in because LinkedIn recommends when you do these LinkedIn Lives, 20 to 25 minutes. So you guys can still go out and grab dinner after. So role play. So set me up because I don't really know. We do kind of do this truly live. So I'm going to take some notes. So just give me a little bit of a setup so I know before we start.
I currently own and operate a massage studio. We do waxing, we do eyebrows, we do massages, we do facials. The space that I'm in right now is 1,200 square feet. I'm paying $4,000 a month. Before COVID, I was making about $80,000.
What? I'll get to that. Don't give me so much.
Okay, don't give me so much.
Yeah, you're calling on my center, and what's my vacancy size?
You have a vacancy size, same size as mine. The space that I'm in now has terrible visibility.
Okay.
And nobody can find me.
Okay. All right. Let's start. Okay. Hello, DMV Vacancy Central.
Hi, this is Lindsay. I own the massage studio at 111 Main Street, which is about a mile from your property on Main Street.
Oh, awesome. Hi, Lindsay. My name's Beth.
Hi.
Yes. Are you interested in our Smithtown Shopping Center?
Yes, that's what I'm calling about. Correct.
Okay, awesome. And what did you like about the center that had you call me?
My lease is coming up. I've been there for 5 years. We have had some success there, but one of our biggest complaints is that we're very hidden. We're on a lower level. It's hard for our customers to find us. And I know at the space that you have available that I drove past the other day, it's much more visible. It would be much more easy for people to find us, see our sign, grab attention.
Okay. And you're talking about my vacancy next to the Starbucks?
Yes.
Okay. And how many square feet do you need?
Anywhere around 12, 13 would work for me.
Okay, great. That space is 1,250 square feet.
Oh, perfect.
Yes, absolutely. And how long have you been at the Main Street location?
5 years. Lease is coming due.
Okay, perfect. When's it up?
May.
Okay, May. How's the layout of your studio? Do you have multiple private rooms?
Yes, we have 5 treatment rooms where we do our massages, we do facials. So depending upon whatever the client wants and whoever their service person is, they go there and they have that private room. So we like the fact that we can really socially distance with our separate rooms. That's important to us.
Okay, and if our space doesn't have any private rooms, so construction would be needed. If we weren't able to deliver to you the space by May, would your current landlord allow you to hold over? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay. So you like our visibility and exposure. So what do you pay there at Main Street?
We're paying $4,000 a month.
So 48. So 4,000 divided by, you said 1,200, so 40. And is your 4,000 a month include everything?
Well, besides utilities.
Okay, great. Okay. So that's a great rate, Lindsay. Our rate is a little bit higher. How have you done since COVID? When did you reopen, or are you open?
We are open. It was very devastating for us in the springtime when we were completely shut down. Of course, we were losing money by the minute because we were paying all our bills and We had some help from our landlord, but not enough. And we are doing better now. We have to be, can't have as many people in at a time, so we can't turn over as much business as we used to, but we are getting back normal. Around the holidays, we sold a lot of gift cards. So we're hoping that people will be busy and getting a lot of traffic of people using those in January and February.
Okay, great. Or that they don't use them, right? I mean, it's kind of a, you'd like new people to come in, right? So then that they would continue to come in, but at the same time, I don't know if this is true, but I have heard that like the number is 80% of gift cards are never used. Crazy.
I wish we had that rate, but people tend to, when they get a massage gift certificate, they use it.
Okay, well, good. Well, hopefully you get new clientele, right? Yes. So the landlord did help you a little bit during that time.
A little bit. There was a little bit of, they let us skip some months, but we had to come back and pay it back later.
And are you current with him now?
Yes.
So does he know that you want to leave, or he or she?
We have not discussed that, no.
Okay. So like I said, our rent is higher. Our rent for that space, and it's not, remember, it doesn't have the rooms in it, is $4,500 a month.
Okay.
But I would love to show you the space. Are you interested in seeing the space?
Well, I am. My concern would be the fact that it doesn't have those rooms. I'm not in the construction business. I don't know much about drywall and things like that. So I would be very hesitant to take on any type of project like that.
How long have you been looking for a new space?
Not long. It's just because I saw you guys down the street and I remembered our lease is up. So not too long.
No problem. So, when you leased this space 5 years ago, was it fully built out for you?
Yes, it was a former studio. So we just took over, threw some paint on the wall and moved in.
Gotcha. And what do you do in sales in revenue every year?
Well, before 10 months ago, so this time last year, we were doing about $80,000 a month.
That's phenomenal. Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you. We have a lot of expenses too, but.
Oh, I understand. So and I presume that grew over the 5 years. Like, what did you do? Do you remember what you did your first year?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It definitely grew. We have more than doubled in the last 5 years with word of mouth, social media marketing.
And so, and that is without any visibility and exposure.
Right.
What do you think you could do in sales with visibility and exposure? Where does that 80 go?
Well, my hope would be up from there. That's why I'm interested. So, the sky's the limit.
Well, we do have a construction arm, so it is something that we can help you with, but we would not pay for that. We would want you to pay for that. So it's something we could do where we could spread the payment over, let's say, the first 6 months, or even over maybe a year. I can talk to my partner, but we could be the GC because we have that. So again, I think it's important for you to come kind of look at it and see if you can visualize, kind of maybe you could talk me through, or I can come over and see your space. Do you like your space exactly the way it is? Like, would you want to replicate what you have?
No, there's always room for improvement. Since we took it as is, there's changes I would make.
Okay. So, I can come over and check it out. And then, you're only a mile down. You can follow me and we can take a look at the space. I'm going to be in that area next week. Wednesday, all day Wednesday, I'll be there. Are you available on Wednesday?
Yeah, we'll be there.
So you want to set up a time? What time is good? Are you a therapist also, or do you just run the shop?
Yes, I meet with clients and I also run the shop. So I do both things. So I'm usually free it's better for mornings for me.
Okay. So how about 10 o'clock?
That'd be great. Just please make sure and wear your mask, and we will be taking your temperature when you enter.
Of course. Absolutely. Okay, so next Wednesday, January 6th at 10 a.m., I will be there, Lindsay, and I look forward to working with you.
Fantastic. I'm excited to meet you.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye-bye. So you made it quite easy on me.
Yeah.
Should we rewind a little bit and you can make it a little bit tougher?
Okay. Sounds good.
So, what you want? Yeah, let's talk maybe about the rent. Maybe go back and let's say when I tell you it's 4,500, maybe act a little shocked. Okay.
Okay.
So Lindsay, that's a really great rate that you have over there. Our rent is considerably higher.
It's COVID times. I don't know. If you would have asked me this a year ago, I would have never known there was a pandemic. And now I don't know what to think about the world that's ahead of us. And just it's uncertain what could happen. So that's just increasing my rent is very nerve-wracking for me right now.
I completely understand. Have you talked to your landlord yet about maybe extending for 1 year? Because I would tell you, as much as we would love to have a facial, brow, and massage person, I agree that we are in uncertain times, and really just speaking sincerely, moving in the middle of what we all have just gone through is kind of crazy because this is our last space. So I know that my partners are not going to want, so our rent is $4,500 a month. So that's significantly more than what you're paying. Oh, that's my dog chewing on her toy. If you guys can hear the squeaky in the background. So as much as I would love to have you, we're not very negotiable on that price. And by the way, I presume you have rooms built out in your space, right?
Yes.
This space is a wide open space. There's no rooms. So the additional expense to that is, could be, more expense for you. So maybe, again, thinking long-term, what did you do pre-COVID in revenue?
We did about 80 a month.
And what are you doing now?
It's spotty. We've been as low as 15, 20. So
my best advice for you is to negotiate a 1-year renewal with your current owner, your current landlord. Okay. I would love to have you, but I understand that you want to go from zero visibility to more visibility. But think about that. That's going to be more rent.
Right.
And as an entrepreneur, we are all for the entrepreneurs right now, right? COVID, we want you guys to succeed. So in my better judgment, as much as I want to lease the space to you, I'd rather lease the space to you, Lindsay, a year from now when you are stable. Do you follow?
Right. We're having such a difficult time right now with small businesses. And I assume that, you're one that wants to help support small businesses. So is there anything you can do to lower that rent to help me with my journey right now?
I can tell you this. If I had 10 vacancies, absolutely. But you saw the center. This is my last vacancy. Everyone's renewing. Everyone's is healthy. They're probably healthy, Lindsay, because they have that unbelievable visibility and exposure, right? Mm-hmm. But I know that my partner, the last lease we signed was 90 days ago at $4,500 a month, another 1,200 square foot space. So as much as I want to help you, you're not going to give away $20 massages if you're selling them at 80. So I just think that, let me tell you how we landlords look at something that maybe you might be familiar with or you might not be, but at $80,000 a month, you were doing $960 before COVID. Okay. So at my rent at 4,500 times 12 is 54 divided by, what did I just say was the total? 890. What was that? 90 Now, you said 90 a month, right? So
80
80 a month.
in our best month.
So what were you doing average?
Throughout the year, average maybe 35, maybe.
That was
We had really, well, we had 3 months where we were totally shut down.
no. Pre-COVID, what were you averaging?
Per month?
Yes, pre-COVID.
Yeah. $80,000 in revenue, but we still have a lot of expenses.
Okay, I understand. So 80,000 pre-COVID was 960. 4,500 times 12 is 54. So 54,000, this is my rent that I'm charging, divided by 960. Sorry, 1 second. Is 5%. So the rule of thumb for entrepreneurs to pay rent, the rent factor of your overall revenue, the rule of thumb is 10. So if you were doing 80,000, if COVID never existed, you could come and afford 4,500 with me because it's at 5% of your overall sales. Okay. Typically, a massage, a brow, a lash, what your business, you could probably pay up to 10. The problem is you're now at 30. So 30 times 12 is 360. And that my 4,500 divided by the 360 is 15%. And maybe the 30 goes to 40, 50, 60. Maybe as we recover, you get your sales back to the 80. But that's why I'm saying to you, even I'm a landlord and I want to lease space, but I want to lease space to someone who I don't want you calling me in 4 months crying because you can't pay your rent. Right? So no. My recommendation is to talk to your landlord and get a 1-year extension.
Okay.
And I think you could say, look, I was doing 80, I'm at 30. I don't want to sign a new 5-year lease, landlord. If a tenant came to me and said that, I would say, I get it. And I would allow them to sign a 1 year. Get your back on your feet, get back to the 70 or 80. And if I've got space, I want to lease to you because you are a use that I want in my center. But I'm not willing at this point with only my last vacancy to drop my rent from the 4,500. Does that?
I am.
So, and look, my partner, if he hears about this, might say, forget it. You should have given it to her for 4,200, but I don't think so. I want you to get your feet back on, get back up to that 80. And then if that happens and I have the vacancy, will you come back and lease space for me?
Yes, because you've been so honest and have explained it to me. I will remember that.
And just remember, you never want to spend more than 10%. And again, how that's calculated is you take your gross rent per month. So for example, for me, it would be 4,500 times 12. That gives you the annual rent you're paying. And you divide that from your potential annual sales. So what I did at the 4,500 times 12 was whatever that number, and I divided it into if you were doing 30 a month, which is 360, and that came to 15%. You should never pay more than 10%, ever. Okay? And so whether you come with me or you go to someone else, don't ever pay more than 10%. And the lower you can go, like before COVID, you were paying at that 4,000 and you were doing 80,000, you were at 5%. That's brilliant. You want to stay as close to 5 as possible.
I understand.
So I hope I talk to you again. We're canceling. Yes. We're not having our showing next week.
No.
But, call your landlord and get a 1-year extension and say, I need to get my feet back on the ground and do that. Stay where you're at. You said you work on referrals, work on your social media, build up your business, you know, and use that time. Maybe the guy won't give you an increase. Maybe he'll keep you flat, you know, now that you've paid back the deferral. And I'm going to come get a massage. Who should I ask for? Because I love massages.
You should ask for Lindsay.
So you actually do the massages, not the brows.
I do it all. I do it all.
Okay, so I'm going to come get a massage and we're going to stay friends. And eventually you'll be in one of my shopping centers because I have more shopping centers than just that one.
Okay, really? That's great.
Okay, so thank you. So okay, so what do you think about that? So I don't know, what are your bosses going to do if you send people away?
Right, exactly. Yeah, it's interesting, but you know, it was very honest. I like the fact that you told them what was going on. It's not a viable solution for you right now, and
it's not at 15%. Like, no way your owners would want you to sign a lease where someone's paying 15%. They're not going to make it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Unless you know you can take your 4,500 and go to 4,200 and make something happen. But if you have one vacancy left, no one should be negotiating prices with one vacancy. Your last vacancy, you should be holding prices.
Mm-hmm.
So Jeff says, can you role play Beth calling Lindsay cold? Jeff, what do you mean by that? I'm happy to do it. I don't know what you mean though. Can you role play Beth? Thanks, Saul. Can you role play Beth calling Lindsay cold? What do you think he means by that?
I guess he means you call me and tell me you have a space available.
Oh, okay. I can do that. So
okay.
you're Lindsay, the massage lady.
I'm expecting your call.
Okay. Diddling.
Hi, ABC Massage Studio.
Hi, I have shopping centers in the area, and I was wondering what your expansion plans were in 2021 after this crazy COVID-ness.
Oh, crazy? Yes, absolutely. Well, you know, right now we're still in our lease. So, but thank you for calling.
Can I get another minute of your time? Are you in the middle of something?
That's fine.
Okay. Do you know when your lease is up?
The summer, I think.
Okay. And are you happy with your location, or do you need more space or less space?
The amount of space that we have is fine, but quite honestly, we are very sick and tired of our clients not able to find us due to visibility.
Okay, gotcha. And how many square feet do you have?
1,200.
By the way, my name's Beth. I'm the owner of the shopping center, another female.
Thank you, Beth. I'm Lindsay. I'm the owner of the studio.
Awesome. Entrepreneurs rock. Okay, well, I won't hold up much of your time. Do you mind if I follow up with you in 90 days? Because I have shopping centers and they have great visibility and exposure. One last question. What are you paying in rent?
I'm paying $4,000 a month.
Okay. So maybe if your lease is up this summer and if I could get something close to that number with visibility and exposure, you might be open to relocating?
It's potential, yeah.
Okay. Well, I love massages and I'm new to the area, so I'm going to come see you, okay?
All right. Sounds great. Looking forward to meet you.
Thanks for your time. Sorry to interrupt your day.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye. There you go. Role Play Wednesday with Lindsay. We got like 3 little things going there. How do you feel?
It was fun.
All right. And we had Jeff and Debbie and Tanya and Solomon and Lee. So thank you guys for joining us and putting things in the chat. All right. So great job, Lindsay. Good job leasing space. I hear you have a big lease you're trying to sign.
I do. We're waiting for those financials. So yeah.
And did you get was it a prospect that you got from the Canvassing Club Challenge?
Well, in fact, it was.
Awesome. Well, we're starting our new Canvassing Calendar Club Challenge in 2 days. So
yes, my partner.
You have an account. You're joining and you have an accountability partner, right? Yeah, that's the way to do it. All right. Well, thank you for joining Role Play Wednesday. Thanks everyone for watching. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.